Welcome in my video. My name is Devendra Singh, TGT Mathematics, JNV Bareilly. In today's videos, we will discuss about the fraction of mathematics of class 6. In today's videos, we will discuss some content of the fraction in which introduction of fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, improper to mixed fraction. Now, what is a fraction? As you are seeing here, some numbers, these are the new type of the numbers. So the number in this form are known as the fraction. How define the fraction? As fraction is the part of whole. We will define the fraction as a part of whole. As you are seeing here that this whole pizza cut and a part removed from this. So this removing part, this part is the fraction of whole pizza. So how you can identify the fraction? Fraction has two parts. Fraction has two parts by which we will represent the fraction. There is two parts divided by a line segment, one part at the top of the line segment and another part at the bottom of the line segment. This top part is known as the numerator of the fraction and this bottom part is known as the denominator of the fraction. So in this way, the fraction has two parts which are divided by the line segment, and the upper part is called the numerator and the lower part is called the denominator. Numerator, what is the numerator? Now we will define the numerator. How we can identify the numerator? Numerator is the number of equal parts which have been taken out or which have been left out. It means the numerator is the number of equal parts which have been taken out or which have been left out. Here one thing is, remember, the whole thing will divided, whole object is divided in the parts, but these parts must be equal. So out of these parts, if we take two parts, so these two parts are the fraction of whole and some parts are left there. The left parts are also the fraction of whole. In this chocolate, this is divided into equal parts and as highlighted part 1, it is taken part and unhighlighted parts are left over. So the taken part is also the fraction part of whole and the leftover part is also the fraction of part of the whole. But how we can identify which is the numerator? The taken part out of, it means from the total parts, the taken out part is known as the numerator and the total part of that object known as the denominator. As you are seeing here that in this pizza, the total part are 8 and the taken out part is 1. So the total part 8 is denominator and taken part 1 is numerator. In this chocolate, total parts 4. These total part 4 are the denominator and taken part 1 is numerator. These both words are derived from the Latin. Now again, what is the denominator? Denominator is the total number of equal parts in which whole is divided into. Is it clear? What is the denominator? Denominator is the total number of equal parts in which whole is divided. It means whole is divided into 8. So the denominator of the fraction will be 8. In this figure also the denominator will be 4. Next, fraction. As I already told you that fraction is represented by the two number which is separated by a line segment, one number above the line segment and another number is below the line segment. So we call it A upon B. The fraction is written in this way and read as A upon B. But here one thing is, you have noticed that if B becomes 0, this implies that the total part will be 0. It means the total part of whole is 0. It means there is no whole. So one thing is, remember, B cannot be 0. If P will be 0, what will be there? If V equal to 0, then the fraction will be defined as we cannot divide anything by 0. What is the representing V0? B here representing 0, that if B equal to 0, then the fraction will be not defined as we cannot divide anything by 0. It means we can say directly it is not defined. This fraction is not defined where the denominator is 0. Next, there is a rule related to the fraction that is known as the golden rule. What is this? The golden rule? Golden rule is the whole is cannot be divided into 0 parts. As I already told you, the whole is cannot be divided into 0 parts. So it is clear, it is known as the golden rule. Next, now as you learn about the fraction, so we will take here a small quiz. Does the shaded region correspond to the fraction displayed? Here the whole star is one thing and this is the shaded region. Is this 1 upon 2? No. Why? Because the shaded part and the left part, both parts are not equal, while the part must be equal, as I already told you. Now in this case, the shaded parts is 2 by 3. Yes, the shaded part is 2 by 3. Why? Because the shaded parts and left part, all these parts are equal. So the shaded part is 2 by 3. Now in the third case, there is whole thing and it is divided as into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what we are seeing here that these parts are not equal to each other. So the shaded part, here the shaded part is 1, but it is not 1 by 4 because the shaded part is not equal to each remaining part. So it is not representing 1 by 4. Next, as I already told you that this is not 1 by 2, this is not 2 by 3 and this is not 1 by 4. Next, can you tell why? As already explained, these parts are not equal. So what is the correct form? This will be the correct. If we said in this way, then this shaded portion will be 1 by 2. Why? Now these two parts are equal. Can you tell why 4 equal parts? In this way also, as you seeing that here 4 parts, these are not equal. So how we correct it? We can correct by dividing into 4 equal parts. Next, now we will study about the various type of the fraction. As you are seeing here, here are some fractions: 9, 10, 9, 10, 900, 9 upon 1000, 9 upon 10,000. The fraction which have their denominator as 10 or higher power of 10 are known as decimal fraction. All those fractions in which the denominator as 10 are higher power of 10 are known as the decimal fraction. So it is a one type. Next, proper fraction. Proper fraction are the fractions where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. How we identify the proper fraction? To identify the proper fraction, we will see numerator and denominator, and if numerator is less than the denominator or smaller than the denominator, then that fraction will be the proper fraction. As you are seeing here that here numerator 9, denominator 10, so this fraction shows proper fraction. Also in 1 by 4, 1 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator, so also it is representing the proper fraction. Next, some more examples: 9 upon 10, 9 upon 100, 9 upon 1000, 9 upon 10,000, 1 upon 4, 2 upon 3, 1 by 2. All these fractions having the numerator less than denominator. So these are the examples of proper fraction. Now, another type of fraction, improper fractions. Improper fractions are the fractions where the numerator is bigger than denominator, or we can say that numerator is larger than the denominator. So this will be the improper fraction. In this fraction 10 upon 9, numerator 10, denominator 9. Here numerator 6, denominator 5. Here numerator 100, denominator 9. So in all these fractions, we are observing that each fraction's numerator is greater than denominator. So all these are the improper fraction. How will you divide this? There are 4 children. There are 4 children and there are 5 chocolates. How you will divide? It means these 5's divided into 4. How you will divide? Let's see. First we give the one chocolate to each child, and the remaining chocolate divided into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. One chocolate fully given and the remaining chocolate open and divided into 4 equal parts, and each part is given to each student. So this child will receive the one whole part and a fraction part. This child also one whole part and a fraction part. This girl one whole part and one fraction part. In this way, each child is getting one whole part and another part, which is the fraction of the whole. So these are the example of improper fraction. Now mixed fraction. As in previous slide, we are observing that each child is getting one whole as well as a part, which is a proper fraction. So now before defining mixed fraction is simply an improper fraction. written as the sum of two parts as a whole number and a proper fraction. Or we can say that mixed fraction is another form of the improper fraction, in which that improper fraction written in two parts, in which first part is the whole number and the second part is the proper fraction. So we can say that it is a combination of two part having the whole part and as well as proper fraction part. As you are seeing here that in these rectangles, these are the example of mixed fraction. How improper fraction? How 5 divide in 4? So 5 divided in 4, it means divisor is 4. The divisor 4, dividend 5. When we divide 4 by division algorithm, quotient will be 1 and remainder will be 1. So this represent one whole part remaining 1, total part 4. So one whole 1 by 4. This form is the improper fraction form and this form is the mixed fraction form. Mixed fractions are another way of writing improper fraction, as I already told you. In nutshell, what we have learned? We have learned fraction is the part of whole. Second, a fraction having numerator is smaller than denominator is called the proper fraction. Next, what we have learned? A fraction having numerator greater than denominator is called the improper fraction. And one thing more, a mixed fraction is another form of improper fraction written as the sum of two parts as whole number and as a proper fraction. Thank you.